You might be wondering why even you clicked on this video. So let me tell you a story. So back in November, I was on my toilet taking a huge dump, but all of a sudden my eyes opened and I saw everything as white. I saw my game's idea. It's a platformer but with boss fights, open world, movement, 3D and 2D. With the yap, let's just get into the movement. The first thing we had to do is code, and if anyone doesn't want to see it, they can skip to this part. But if you're a nerd and want to know, so basically what's happening is when you click the shift button, it basically sets your walking speed to a new walking speed. After a delay, it sets it back. To make a cooldown, we need to make a boolean and then add a branch and connect that boolean into the branch. Go to the end of the code and then set that boolean and then add a delay and then set it again to make the cooldown. So I wanted to make the jump more air controlled and higher, so I just messed with these settings and also changed the camera. Then I made this timeline which will zoom in and zoom out whenever I sprint. I also made this, which I definitely didn't forget to record. It's basically when the player jumps and hits the land, it will squish and give a squish effect. So here's the result. It basically speeds up and you can see when I press the button, it kinda zooms out. And here's the jump. I added a particle effect that would act like dust flying everywhere. And with sprint and jump done, now we're making the dash ability. First thing I did is to make an input for the dash ability. Then I made a boolean which I called isDash, and just like the last video, it's gonna be acting as a cooldown. Then I added a branch and connected the boolean to the branch. After doing this, I set the boolean and then I ticked it. After that, I put a node called launch player which will launch the player in the forward direction. Then I added a delay, got the velocity of the player and multiplied it. Then I split the multiply node and then added the x to x, y to y, and then left z because no one cares about z. And then here was the result. It looked boring as hell. So I added some sounds which I got from this website. Then I made a camera shake. Basically, when the player uses the dash ability, it will basically shake the screen. This is just me changing some settings so that it works. Here is the finished product. When you dash, it basically shakes your screen. And wait, what about the particle effect? I think we need to wait for the next video for that. So see you and bye.